Hi there, I am Pamela Pedrick, also known as the Dietless Dieting Coach, and I am a registered nurse, a certified holistic health coach, and busy women come to me when they are ready to ditch the yo-yo dieting, the constant weight regain, and the fatigue, and they are ready for natural, holistic strategies for their unique bodies so they can release the weight, keep it off, and feel light and free. And when they work with me via my Beyond the Fork Academy, we customize their journey for their own unique body. And so I am on a mission for you to find those solutions that are natural and holistic that'll work for your unique body, which is exactly why I created the Beyond the Food Weight Loss Summit, specifically designed for women over 40 who are ready to break free from the constant weight regain and nothing's working for you. This summit is different because I'm bringing together experts who will share their top strategies to help you release weight naturally without extreme diets, restrictions, or extreme workouts, and help you to achieve lasting weight loss and transform your health for good. Plus, every expert is giving you a free gift, all specifically geared for women over 40. Do you have your pen ready? It's time for our next featured expert for the Beyond the Food Weight Loss Summit, Real Solutions for Women Over 40. I am Pamela Pedrick. I'm a registered nurse, holistic health coach, and busy women come to me when they are ready to ditch dieting and they're ready to release weight, get fit and healthy now instead of later with holistic strategies and systems designed for their own unique bodies. And when they come to me, we get their body to be fat burning machines and they get fit, healthy, free, and light. I've been in this healing work for 20 plus years, and I truly believe it is healing work because we're healing the body not only physically, but oftentimes emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, or all of the above at the same time. I look at you as a whole woman and not pieces. A lot of weight loss programs out there, a lot of diets, they look at simply how you move and are you moving and what you're eating. But if that truly was the way to get fit and healthy, you would not be struggling. Stress management is essential for overall health and wellness. I'm going to be sharing with you from stress to success, managing stress for a healthier and fitter you. So here's what I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover what stress does to your body and how it impacts your weight and your weight loss efforts and your health. I'm going to share with you a method on how to de-stress in 2 minutes or less, actually, so you can resist those sweets if cravings is a struggle for you, not binge eat, and without giving up your favorite foods. I'm going to share with you how can you burn fat, because we often talk about weight loss, weight release, but it's actually fat that we want to release, not muscle, not anything else. We just want to release the fat, right? It's as easy as breathing. And I'm going to help you discover when you learn and implement this one tool, you can keep the weight off for good because it comes to stress management tools. So the secret number one, we're going to need to start our day off right. Because let's be honest, oftentimes as soon as our foot hits the floor, we get out of bed, stress is with us. Whether you have young ones at home and they're in your face, they need something. I have two elderly senior cats that I rescued, and when they were babies, literally off the street, and they're at a point in their life that sometimes they puke and poo at the same time. Right? We've got stress. And then you're 10 minutes late for work. You can't find your keys. So let's start your day off right to combat the stress because stress will really deplete your energy. So we need to start our day off right. Secret number two, less of this is actually going to give you more. Number three, breathe, breathe, and breathe some more, but there's a proper technique in which to do that. So how stress affects you. First off, you might have heard of the stress hormone cortisol. Did you know that cortisol is actually a specific type of sugar? It is sugar. And we actually, in an immediate stress event, not a chronic stress event, but an immediate stress event, we do want to have an immediate source of energy, which would be the cortisol sugar. So there's a reason for that. However,
It was designed to help us to either fight the stress or to run away from the stress. I don't know about you, but stress nowadays, I'm really not fighting it or physically running away, but it's more of a chronic mental, emotional stress for a lot of us nowadays. It's not something we need to physically run away from or fight, physically fight. So what happens is our we got cortisol, it increases, which is associated with weight gain, especially in the belly. So if you have belly fat that's difficult to release and your hormones are okay and it's not a hormonal issue, potentially it's a stress issue with that. Stress decreases nutrient absorption. Here's what happens. There's we have the central nervous system, our brain. It's where I picture a brain, right? Where there's two pathways of that. There's the sympathetic nervous system, think S for stress. Then there's a parasympathetic nervous system, think P for peace, peace, rest, and digest. Only one can be turned on at one time. There's never both. It's only one or the other. So if one is turned on, the other is turned off. If we could turn the other on, the other is automatically turned off. Our body will always choose to help us during a stress event because it can be fatal. So we got an increase in cortisol, we got an increase in sugar. Now we got decreased nutrient absorption. Why? It's because our blood is diverted from our stomach and our intestines to our arms and our legs to help us run and fight the stress. But once again, most stress tends to be more of an emotional, mental kind of stress, right? So because the blood's been diverted from our small intestines, that's where our nutrients are absorbed into our body. We're not getting that. So we're either urinating them out, we're peeing out those nutrients. Now we're really depleted because our B vitamins, which are essential for energy, and our vitamin D, and all those nutrients and vitamins and minerals that help us with energy, we're not uptaking them. And stress depletes our energy as it is. So now we're like, even more low in energy. Plus, if you are eating healthily and you're getting enough protein, you're not uptaking that protein. So there is muscle wasting that can occur, which is why I say ditch the scale. Scale tells you nothing because we got to look at what's your proportion of fat to muscle, lean muscle mass. So now we're high sugar and we're decreasing our nutrient absorption. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a bind here. It increases we're urinating out our calcium, which is important for heart and muscle, magnesium, which naturally calms the body down. It's a smooth muscle relaxer. We're losing potassium, was essential for heart. How many of you have ever had palpitations during stress events? Yeah. Zinc, which is important for immune support. Whenever you're sick, has anyone ever said, hey, get some more zinc in you? Chromium, selenium is also good for immune support and other microminerals. So now we're not getting them. Now our potential for getting sick increases and really depleted. Plus, it increases the gut flora population. It destroys healthy intestinal bacteria in the gut. How many of you have ever heard of leaky gut or heard of gut issues? We're seeing a lot of it's not that we're seeing more of it, it's just we're becoming more aware. This has been going on for years. I'm from a functional medicine perspective, which is where we look at what is optimal. Are you trending toward a disease state? Not what's normal. Are you currently in a disease state? Our gut is actually our second brain. There are neurotransmitters in the gut. So if you're not getting the good bacteria, bad bacteria can increase. Yeast is a type of bacteria, so potentially chronic yeast infections. So immune problems, skin disorders, nutrient deficiencies, and digestive distress, constipation or diarrhea or both. I have, women when they first come to me, they have both issues. Stress also decreases our thyroid hormone, which now our metabolism's messed up. Yeah, now it's, dry skin. Maybe we're losing some hair. This is thyroid issues, not in of itself, but usually it's indicative of thyroid issues. Dry skin, losing hair, can't lose weight. Our thyroid tests are coming back. Yeah, my thyroid's low. It decreases sex hormones. First off, you got no energy as it is, and now your sex hormones are decreased. You got no energy to play or to play. Yeah. So, secret number one, we got to start your day off right. We got to start off with energy so that when you're hit with stress, whether it's rush hour traffic and it's making you late for work or to your next appointments, it's not decreasing your energy so much so where you feel like you've got nothing left to give. First off, it's as easy as toss it back. Water. Water. So, an easy way to jumpstart your energy and reset your system first thing in the morning is 20 ounces of water. This is a liter. So 20 ounces is about here. 20 ounces. So it's like for some of you, it might be like, oh, wow, that's a lot of water. Even just this much, just a lot of water. Drink as much as you can in one go without feeling like your belly's about to bust. Why do we want to drink water? Does anyone remember the molecular structure of water? It's H2O. We've got hydrogen and oxygen. So when we are drinking the water, we're getting some oxygen naturally into our cells and into our muscles. I had a client of mine, Nancy, and she came to me, she's like, you know what? I've got no energy. Do you have any recommendations? I'm like, well, hey, do you drink water in the morning? She's like, well, I have my cup of coffee, sometimes tea, but I don't really drink water, just water in the morning. I said, look, try it. Tomorrow when you wake up, drink 20 ounces of water before you have your coffee, before you have your breakfast. Just drink 20 ounces of water. Try to get it in one go. Don't slowly sip it and an hour later you're still working on it. Just drink as much as you can. She looked at me, she said, are you kidding me? Like just drink water? I said, try it for a week. We'll talk next week and, we'll look at what else is potentially going on. She texted me 3 days later. She's like, OMG, there's something with this water. I've got more energy. I never knew that water could actually do that for you. Plus with water, most of us are a little bit dehydrated to begin with. So, and we haven't had anything to drink from the time we're in bed. You might have had a sip or two here or there if you wake up, have to use the restroom, but we're going at least 5, 6, 7, 8 hours without having anything to drink. So we tend to be a little bit dehydrated. So we really do need to drink water first thing in the morning. So tonight before you go to bed, put it by your bedside or in your bathroom, wherever it would be easy for you to actually see. We're very visual people. So if we see it, we will tend to do it, right? So if we see it, it will remind us, drink the water. All right. So once again, it hydrates our entire system. It's vital for your cell, tissue, and organ regeneration. Helps deliver oxygen, and it keeps your blood at the right consistency. Sometimes we just need to be hydrated. So the first thing in the morning, what we want to do, eat breakfast. It says within 1 hour. What's optimal is within 30 minutes of waking up, okay? To prevent a blood sugar crash in the morning. Now, most standard American diet, that SAD diet, yes, that we are programmed and are grown up to eat for most of us, tends to be very high in carbohydrates, very, very little protein. All carbohydrates, no matter where they come from, whether it be starches or, sugar or vegetables or fruit, all carbohydrates turn to sugar. It's just what type of sugar they turn into. So when we're eating a very carb heavy breakfast, whether it be waffles or bagels or pancakes or crepes or Pop-Tarts or oatmeal, yes, oatmeal, usually you'll have a sugar high and then a crash. What goes up must come down. And then you're tired and then you're craving because you're low on energy. So if you ever felt like a crash at like around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, what have you eaten? Have you eaten any breakfast to begin with? What we want is we want protein. So think of eggs if you can do eggs. Protein shakes, really good, clean protein shakes. I'm going to give you 2 brands that you can get right from Walmart or your local grocery store or even from Amazon. Okay? Walmart's cheaper though. Amazon's increased their prices. But they actually had a deal on Prime Day. So get your notes out. 2 good protein shakes to do. They're very clean and they're budget friendly, which is why I usually share these. The first one is called Owen, Owyn. It stands for only what you need. Oh, I threw mine away. I literally had one for breakfast. Only what you need. It's a very clean, vegetarian, and vegan. The reason why I don't promote whey type shakes is because most women cannot do dairy. Not that they're lactose intolerant, it's just dairy increases inflammation for most women. Plus, it destroys thyroid. Just a little extra information for you. That's why I usually don't share a whey one. So vegan, vegetarian, for those of you who are on those eating type plans, it has some superfoods in with it, and it's only like 5 grams of carbohydrates, so it's low in sugar. Be very careful because they have a nutritional shake, which is kind of like a meal replacement, but it really has way too many carbs in it for the amount of protein you get. So there's a 20-gram one that if you're just starting and you're not really a big breakfast eater, I get it, which is why I do protein shakes because I don't like a lot of volume on my stomach first thing in the morning. I've never been a big breakfast eater. For me, breakfast, like an omelet, whatever, would be like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? It's how I've always been. So protein shake, by the way, they have pre-made ones where you can throw in your fridge and take and go, or they're powder ones. Both are good. I love the dark chocolate ones. That's me. I love the dark chocolate. Vanilla's okay, but I'm very picky with my vanilla. They have strawberry banana, but Walmart and your local grocery store, they cater to what is bought the most, so you might not see the flavors that you like. If you're like, hey, I'm already eating high protein breakfast, I know this is important, but I want to scale it up. They have a 30 and a 32-gram one, which is just protein, no superfoods. It's just protein in it. So I'll have one like right after dinner to increase my protein for the day. Very good clean. The next one is Aloha, spelled Aloha. This one you don't see as often, at least where I live in the grocery store, but once again, Amazon has it, or you can go to some place like thrivemarket.com has very clean. They have, once again, it's like 20 grams. It is a vegan, vegetarian source, very clean. Now, for the Owen shakes, they don't say organic on their label because not every ingredient is organic, but most of them are, but it is non-GMO. As well. So if you can't find anything organic, non-GMO is second best. Organic's optimal, non-GMO is better, is best. All right, so you got some options when it comes to breakfast, right? If you're going to do like sausage, bacon, make sure it's like at least organic, free range, a cleaner source because sourcing is appropriate. Why? It's because it'll increase your energy. Part of what I do with my Revitalize and Reclaim events, they implement some of the strategies that I use, one of them being eat protein. The next day they come back, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I didn't have the energy slump. Now, let me give you a caveat to this, okay? Because when you start to increase your protein at breakfast time, okay, you might be a little bit hungry, especially if you just do protein, the protein shake, and it doesn't have any carbohydrates in it. And that's okay. Protein first thing in the morning is fuel and it stokes your metabolism. It stokes the fire of your metabolism. If you have a fireplace in your home or if you've ever gone camping and then you go to bed, you tend to bank the fire. If you go camping, you tend to get it all out. But the next morning, there might be little embers still there. And maybe you want that fire again. Well, what do? You need to put fuel on that fire, some kindling, some wood, or whatever source you use. I used to have growing up, we had a coal stove. That was our source of fuel. So we need to put fuel onto the fire of metabolism. So if you start with protein in the morning and you have not been doing this and you're like, oh my gosh, what did Pamela tell me? Now I'm hungry. It's okay. Your metabolism is working. Just get some more protein with a little bit of carbohydrates. Totally cool. Just get a little bit of a snack. It's okay to be hungry. It's when we starve ourselves for 3 days in a row that our body on day 3 starts to go into that starvation mode. Okay. It's okay. So you will have energy when stressed because stress will deplete your energy. So get in the habit. Optimal is within 30 minutes, but if you can get it in within an hour of waking up, your protein. So now you got water first thing in the morning and then protein within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up to get energy. Okay, less is more. Can you see what that picture is? Caffeinate responsibly. I have a cup of coffee almost every day, organic coffee almost every day. Be mindful though. We tend to gravitate sources of caffeine, whether it be coffee, tea, chocolates, other sources of those energy drinks, sources of caffeine when we're stressed. Why? It's because we're low on energy. Here's what the University of Oklahoma study found. First off, coffee in and of itself does increase cortisol, but it's not like a huge jump. It just naturally increases cortisol. So there's a little bit more of a sugar and a caffeine increase in our body, which is why we gravitate towards caffeinated beverages because we feel that spike for us. However, when we are stressed and we are drinking caffeinated beverages or eating foods that have caffeine in it, chocolate being one of them, here's what happens. By the way, a cup of coffee in the study was 6 ounces. What's a small coffee at the local coffee shop? It tends to be 12 ounces. So that's 2 cups of coffee right there per this study. So the University of Oklahoma found that drinking 2.5 to 3 cups of coffee while under mild stress increases cortisol by 25% and keeps it up for 3 hours. Cortisol is a sugar. Okay, now we got some blood sugar instability going on. You don't need to be diabetic or pre-diabetic to have blood sugar issues going on underlying, which is an underlying source of weight gain and difficulty losing weight. It's blood sugar instability. For 3 hours. OMG. I'm not saying ditch the caffeine. I'm saying just be mindful. They saw that drinking 6 cups of coffee while under mild stress, 6 cups, which is probably like your grande, your venti, or your medium or large, depending on where you get your coffee or what you make for yourself during the day. Cortisol increased cortisol by 30%, and it stayed high all day long. OMG. So if you ever felt like you just can't stop eating, you've got the cravings, take a look at your stress level and your caffeine consumption. So just be mindful of how much caffeine that you consume while stressed to keep the cortisol levels down, to prevent cravings, binge eating, eating sugary foods the next day. Shutdown secret number 2 to de-stress: be zen and just breathe. How many of you are familiar with breath work or have done any type of breath work or yoga? So the type of breath work that I'm going to be teaching you is very similar to that. Why do we want to breathe? Because breathing tricks the brain into thinking we're not stressed. Because as we're doing this breathing, we're doing it slowly. We're doing deep diaphragmatic breathing. So we're breathing, our diaphragm is under our stomach. So think belly button area. We're taking the nice deep breath and getting oxygen in. We're naturally slowing down our breathing rates, which naturally slows down our heart rate, which naturally slows and lowers our blood pressure. And the brain goes, oh my gosh, I thought I was stressed, but I'm breathing like a relaxed person. Let's turn on the parasympathetic peace, rest, and digestion part of the nervous system. Usually turns off. In fact, studies show when they researched participants who were stressed and they tested their cortisol via the saliva, before they did the breath work and after, the breath work significantly decreased their cortisol to almost where it was normal baseline cortisol for that part of the day. It's quite interesting. So this is also used as treatment for anxiety disorders and PTSD, breathwork. Why? It's because there's usually an immediate response that you feel in your body as well. So it turns off the stress sympathetic nervous system and turns on the peace parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. Now, there's different things you can look on YouTube. There's the box breathing, which simply means you're inhaling, holding, and exhaling the same number, like 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6. I tend to do, by the way, here's just a snapshot when you Google on the benefits of breathing. It lowers blood pressure, reduces stress and anxiety. It helps with a stress response. It helps with attention, stress and mental health. And this one on the right-hand side is from the National Institutes for Health, where they just looked at different papers on stress, and they found that, by the way, it helps decrease inflammation. Woohoo! Inflammation, the number 1 driver of disease in the body. Yeah. So I tend to teach because I found for most women, they actually like this one a little bit better, the 5-5-7 breath. The first 5 is you're going to inhale for that count of 5. Second 5, you're going to hold. 7 is your exhale. Okay. And I often mention, I recommend before your next meal and whenever you feel stress, why do we want to do deep breathing before we eat? It's to make sure that your stress response is off and your digestion is on so that the meal that you eat can be properly digested. By the way, if we are eating when we're stressed, it promotes fat storage. It does, because it's not uptaking it. So those healthy fats we're eating gets put on our belly, our hips, our butt. It promotes fat storage. So you inhale for a count of 5. You hold that for a count of 5, and then you exhale for a count of 7. So you breathe in through your nose. You exhale through your mouth. The exhale sounds like this. Shh, shh. So it kind of sounds like the ocean or Darth Vader. You have to use your diaphragm to make that sound. If you do this 10 times, you will de-stress in 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes to do this 10 times. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to demonstrate. Get some water first. So I'm going to inhale, hold, and exhale. I'm going to count with my fingers so you can see where I'm at. It's going to look like this. So I did that 3 repetitions. So if you do 10 repetitions, that's 2 minutes. If you do 5 repetitions, that's 1 minute. You can literally turn off the stress response in 2 minutes or less, depending on how stressed you are. So, are you ready to give this a try? All right. It's best if you sit with your feet on the floor. Or for me, I'm a little on the shorter scheme of things. I'm like 5'1", so I actually have a footstool right now at my desk. So my feet are on the footstool. But you want to sit a little bit taller, and also I'm going to turn sideways. You don't want your head down. It blocks off your airway. Can you see that? You want your head up, but not hyperextended. You want it neutral because that opens up your airway, not down like this. Okay. You open up your airway, you get that deeper breath in. Now, if you've not done breath work before, or if it's been quite some time and you've been under stress, you might not be able to inhale for the whole count of 5 or exhale for the whole count of 7, and that's okay. The more repetitions that you do, the looser that you will get in your body and the more relaxed, and then you'll be able to inhale on 5 and exhale on 7. Okay, so I'm going to count out. When I count it out, I'm going to say inhale and counts, hold, counts, exhale and counts. All right. Ready? Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just breathe naturally. That was 5 repetitions. So I'm curious, for those of you who did that, how do you feel? Do you notice any difference? Some women state they notice their shoulders are down, not that they notice that they were up to begin with, but they're like, oh, my shoulders are down. If you were yawning, that means your rest has now been turned on, and that potentially rest has not been turned on all that much for you. So that was 5 repetitions. Maybe you're at a lower bit of stress. And I recommend before you eat and before bedtime as well. If it's difficult for you to fall asleep, make sure your rest is turned on. Do some deep breathing with this as well, because it will increase before meals our digestive capacity. We will properly digest our food. It will help your body pull more nutrients from the food that you're eating. Let's get some energy from those nutrients. Let's get our protein so we're not muscle wasting. So, thank you so much for joining me today. So, the first gift is my 20-minute weight loss method. So, if you feel like you are just beginning or beginning again, or maybe if you want to take it to the next level, this is going to be for you. It literally is. There's science behind it, but it's about mindful eating so that you're not eating mindlessly and eating overdoing it, so to speak. So this goes behind some science in a way that you can understand it. 20-minute weight loss method. You don't need to purchase any additional resources in order to use this technique. And for women, when they first come to me and they start utilizing and implementing what is taught in this guide, they immediately start to see results. Just click the button to get the 20 minutes weight loss method. And also for those who upgrade to the Weight Freedom Pack, you upgrade your free ticket to the Weight Freedom Pack. I have the Stress Less, Lose More workshop. It is a mini course. There is a stress symptom checklist. So those who do this and they do the stress symptom checklist and they take it the day they start and they take it at the end. It is designed to be done in 5 days. However, the content, the videos are short enough that you can actually do it in one day. But I recommend do it in the 5 days because those who do so and they take that stress symptom checklist at day 5, they see results by implementing. So this is about learning what stress does to your body, how it impacts your body, your individual cells, organ systems, your immune response, and your ability to release and maintain that weight loss. And I'm going to give you some really great tips and techniques that you can utilize at any time. There's more than one that I'm going to be sharing with you so that you can better able to manage your stress throughout the day. So that is only if you have purchased and upgraded your ticket to the Weight Freedom Pack. I do have one additional gift for everyone. It is a customized weight loss roadmap session. If you want to dive a little bit deeper, because I'm going to ask you a series of questions to find out what life has been like for you, find out where your obstacles are, and I'm going to give you a tool. I'm going to give you my recommendation on what to start on right away. What is your next step to take? It is a customized weight loss roadmap because I'm actually going to lay out your own customized roadmap for you to start seeing results. And I've had women who've been on these calls and they have mentioned that it's the best call that they've ever been on because they were able to make connections and with my guidance with that. So it is customized weight loss roadmap session. I only offer these sessions during my events. My calendar is now open. The spots do fill up fast, so I highly recommend get on a call, sign up now. Just simply click the link, the button that is beneath this description of this call. And I highly recommend pick up your gifts now because you only have 48 hours in which to do so, to watch the content and to pick up your gifts. Now, those who do have the Weight Freedom Pack, you have lifetime access to everything, to your health, and have a great day, everyone.